start now.
Yes, sir. So the company can honestly accept that the project cannot be completed in the given time period and should ask for extension of time from the pharmaceutical company, giving valid reasons why they were not being able to complete the project. And if the pharmaceutical company agrees, then they can hire professionals for this project, because as it is stated in the question that they are new to this area.
I agree with Kaushani. In this situation, probably the company can come clean with very apt reasons to the pharmaceutical company on why the there is a large part of the project being incomplete, and then they could probably come on to terms with them and proceed with a better timeline. Also, uh, they can probably reduce the amount or the fees they are charging the pharmaceutical company for the same, and then with the gesture of goodwill this way they could reduce the loss of face in this manner. Apart from that, they could probably hire more professional individuals who have worked in the specific software which they are creating, and probably try to increase the pace at which they are doing the work and finish it within maybe not 4 months, probably 6 months, or a faster timeline.
I agree with the fact that honesty is their best way out of this, and to maybe regain some of the pharmaceutical companies' trust. I think another thing that we can maybe learn from this is, as it is stated that they are entering, this is a new area for them. So I think before committing to any big project with heavy deadlines, I think we should start with small ones and develop their skills, learn their mistakes, and maybe once they are expertise in the skills, maybe then only they should commit to big projects, which is very important and also can be the reason of a good or bad reputation damage.
If it's possible, the company can also outsource a part of the project to uh, some other company that is more uh, suitable for the job, like more well prepared with the job.
I
It
like to
can
add.
happen, but again it can also harm the reputation of the company, because after all they are not being able to complete the project which they took willingly from the pharmaceutical company.
Yes, I agree, but after coming clean to the pharmaceutical company or asking for the extension, they can also outsource to speed up the process.
I mean, like you are trying to say that they can do a partnership with other company who deals with this area, right?
Yes, kind of. Like it's an outsourcing. Some part of the project is outsourced. So they can hire professionals as well as outsource so that if not, like somebody else also mentioned, if not in 4 months, they could maybe complete it in 5 or 6 months.
That can be a good option as well.
Yeah, Tara.
Probably not only that, they can probably also look at other company softwares which are already built for the same purpose and probably reach out to them and get some few inputs so that they can faster expedite their process and attain their goal within the stipulated time.
But I also think if just to meet the deadline, if they just speed up the whole process, as considering that they are very new in this, it can result in like poor quality, which is another like fault. I mean, it will not be a good reputation for the company in front of the pharmaceutical company.
I think for that there is usually a testing process which comes by with both the client and as well as the software company, wherein they test the product to the most possible most possible branches of the situations possible in the software, and they can easily come up with a faster solution for smaller problems rather than not having the product at all on their hands.
Also, we don't know for sure if the pharmaceutical company would agree to give an extension. So if at all an extension is not possible, the only way out is to speed up the process.
Sarang, can you summarize the discussion?
Okay, sir. So, first of all, the case in front of us is that uh, a reputable software company expanded into the MI sector and secured a contract with a pharmaceutical firm. But with only 4 months left in the completion date, it is not a large part of the project is left incomplete. So, to get out of the trouble, so what we discussed was basically extending the contract. And if the company is not agreeing to the pharmaceutical company is not agreeing to the extension of the contract, what can be done is like speeding up the process or outsourcing from another firm which is expertise in the MIS. They can do that.
I have another point to add. I think that they can reduce the amount of features which are within the software and probably come up with a plan wherein the most important features are given priority and try to be made over the other features which are of less priority.
That also depends on the pharmaceutical company if they are fine with it or they will agree with that solution or not.
That is any day true. The time extension, the feature,
Yes, yeah,
idea,
same.
everything depends on the pharmaceutical company in the end.
Exactly.
I think one thing that you should have talked of is that whenever there is a project like that, it is broken up into steps, right? Activities. And you have deadlines for each activity, and some activities will follow some other activities, and some other activities can run parallel to other activities. So it's not that after 8 months only the delay would be recognized. No, at every stage the delay would have been known to the company as well as the pharma company, because there would be people in the pharma company who would also be uh, uh, keep knowing knowledgeable about what is the status of the project. So although it is the responsibility of the company implementing the project to complete it on time, but the pharma company also seems to have taken a laid back attitude, and suddenly it cannot say that you haven't worked for 8 months and now you need to finish it in 4 months, because accuracy and the project should be completed in a way that serves the purpose also. So this point should have come up during the discussion that you had. Obviously, if you want to complete the project in 4 months now, and suppose there is a delay of 2 months, then you'll have to employ more resources, more people, maybe work harder, burn the midnight oil or whatever it is, and try to complete it. But that would require obviously the concurrence and the participation of the pharma company also. And obviously, since this company which is implementing the project has a reputation to maintain, and this is probably their first project, so they would do anything under the sun to save their reputation. Okay. Any other views?
I think in the same view, like you said, sir, we could probably also add the fact that usually making software is a both company thing, wherein the software company and as well as the pharmaceutical company are involved in the process together. So there might be situations wherein the software company might need inputs from the pharmaceutical company, and there were delays from the pharmaceutical company as well, because I think that they are getting a new software and they would also be needing time to come up with test cases if required. And probably that delay could also be brought in as a factor if that had happened with the
Right,
pharmaceutical company.
right.
Sir, in these kind of cases, should we like stick to the question? Like here, as they said that what should the company do? Or can we also talk about the background, like you said?
No, you should give it a holistic perspective. What should the company do is a very specific question. So obviously, what Ayush and myself said that there must have been some error on the part of the pharma company also. It doesn't work one way, na? They would have had targets, they would have set timelines for some parts of the project to be completed. Maybe they were not able to give the data or the expertise required from the pharma company side. In any software project, the software guys will do the coding or whatever is required, do the programming, but they need inputs about how the company works, how the industry works, what are the main things that need to be included in the project. For that, you will have people from the company side also. There may have been delays because of that also. The moot question here is that if there was a delay, how is it that it came to notice after 8 months, or nobody said anything during those 8 months? So we are just saying another perspective. We are just giving another perspective to the thing, which is a very practical kind of perspective. Obviously, after that, I said, and we agree on that, that finally it is a responsibility of the implementing agency to complete the work on time. So they'll have to mobilize more resources and complete the project if they want to build their reputation and save their reputation. We are not going too much away from the topic at hand. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Just